You think Helluva Boss is perfect already, and then it reinvents what perfection even is. I am not even just talking about the saucy Stolitz content either, though that was perfect. From the animation, to the drama, to the action, everything was spectacular. There's a lot to talk about, so let's get right to it. You know, after I shamelessly shill my channel. Please consider subscribing. Many watch regularly, yet don't sub. It lets you know when I release new content such as theories and reviews on Helluva Boss among other series. Doing so also supports the channel big time, and I greatly appreciate anybody kind enough to do so. My Discord server, Twitter, and Patreon are in the description if you want to support me more. Thanks so much, dudes.
This is gonna be a good night.
Let's start this off by talking about the core conflict of the episode. Blitz and Moxxie being trapped in a room together, forced to confess their deepest, darkest thoughts. This episode completely recontextualizes Blitz and Moxxie's relationship, adding a new, emotional layer to their dynamic. You always kind of got the feeling that the pair secretly had mutual love and respect for one another, but it's surprising and sweet for them to admit it and become closer for it. I mean, especially Blitz. We're so used to seeing this character be an insincere, cynical arsehole 24/7, and for him to open up like this leaves a huge impact. I feel like giving their relationship depth at this point was definitely called for. They're funny together, but the banter could border on one note at times. I thought the voice actors' performances really solved the emotions of these scenes as well. I loved hearing a more subdued Blitz.
Keep doing a good job. Okay?
So most of this is told through the musical number Moxxie's Bad Trip. Moxxie's segments were animated Disney style and parodied Phantom of the Opera. Blitz's, on the other hand, were in the Fleischer style and parody Pink Floyd's The Wall. While I recognise the references, I'm not really familiar with either musical, so I won't comment too much on the significance of these choices. With that being said, I do know that these were deliberate choices. The Wall, for example, is about someone who creates a metaphorical wall to shut out others due to his past trauma. Even if I can't fully appreciate it, they seem like pretty clever choices. I've actually always suspected Blitz was hiding emotional trauma, and I even made an entire video about it that was shockingly on point. While kind of a given for Veronica, seeing as she's his ex, it's crazy to see that Blitz is in fact haunted by Striker and RoboFizz as well. They represent his insecurities, and it's clever to have them reappear in this way. The show has been setting this up all this time, and we barely even realized.
Does anybody love you? Blitzo.
I was especially intrigued to see Striker pop up, seeing as it was kind of up in the air as to whether or not Blitz really considered leaving with him, or if it was just an act. Moxxie sums it up best. Blitz's hallucination is about how Blitz fears true intimacy, yet craves it as well. So, let's talk about Stolas. God fucking damn you guys, I called it. Blitz is super gay for Stolas. If the musical number didn't convince you, maybe this scene, which was kinda hot and turned me on, will. I'm personally holding out hope for a full man-on-man, imp-on-owl sex scene in the season finale. No censorship. If it wasn't obvious from the entire video I dedicated to why I think these two have real feelings for each other, I adore Stolitz.
Why, hello, my big-dicked Blitzy.
Blitz gives Stolas the thrill that he wants, and Stolas gives Blitz the validation that he needs. I still think Blitz has more of a journey to go on before he can let himself be in a relationship with Stolas, but I'm looking forward to seeing said journey unfold. Also, how cool is it that we actually got to see Stolas' powers? His demon form is awesomely intense, and the imagery we witnessed while he unleashed his wrath was both extremely satisfying as well as deliciously disturbing. It was also super cool to see Millie and Loona interact, because we've never really gotten that before. Did anybody else really love the breakdown she had when the portal closed? Amazing performance. Okay, so now I definitely have to gush about the animation. It goes without saying that the musical number was just beautiful, but the highlight for me was absolutely the action scenes. Like, we got plenty of rotating shots, which are about the hardest thing to do in 2D animation, but on top of that though, so much was happening in them. It was so exciting to see the entire team just go all out, even Stolas. An impressive amount of thought was clearly put into how the characters move, like Loona being a lot heavier and Millie being a lot more light, and it was just this magnificent dance that you couldn't avert your eyes from. If they can make Loona tearing people's heads off somehow look appealing, you know they're doing a good job. This episode was a lot more cinematic this time around, with dramatic lighting and highly detailed shading that made every scene look like a damn masterpiece. Remember to thank the composition team for that one. The fact that this came from an indie studio like Spindlehorse is just insane, because I swear that it looks like a huge animation studio produced it, only better. In the final scene, we see that DHORKS now has proof of the existence of demons. This is a really cool twist that I'm sure most of us did not expect. Since Stolas mentions getting in trouble with higher-ups if Imp gets caught, I do think there's a good chance that he could lose his job at the very least. Could that be why he looks so disheveled in this trailer scene?
My grimoire is actually incredibly important, and it isn't supposed to be lent out to itty-bitty ints like yourself.
Outside of that, anything could happen, and I'm really excited to see what happens next. Apparently this isn't even the biggest episode? How? Also, send me your, fan art of this dude, I love him. Like the video if you enjoyed it so YouTube doesn't send it to hell, subscribe for more content on Vivzie's shows, and be sure to comment down below with your favourite part of the episode. Be sure to join my Discord, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my Patreon, links in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.